I quit smoking marijuana after doing it for 5 years, even when I was on self improvement, and I'm gonna walk you through this process to quit as well. I was smoking like every hour of the day, at the point where I got more than one addiction: porn, food, and video games. Just mindlessly going through life with no ambition and being lost. I had no clue how to quit. I kept coming back. I was feeding for more. I was numbing myself, and I couldn't stop. My own brain was against me. Even now, my brain sometimes feels like it's still against me, whispering those same destructive thoughts from time to time. But it no longer has control. And I bet you've had the same thoughts as I have before. The same ongoing thoughts of doing the instant gratification. I finally took control of this little voice. It wasn't easy, and it took a profound experience to get there. And doing an eighth of shrooms, it absolutely abolished my ego and helped me quit for a while until I got back on it because of a close family member that got me back on it. It revealed me a path to escape addiction, though. At first, I learned to calm myself after having this panic attack when I was on shrooms. I was breathing in and breathing out. And this gave me a way to actually meditate and actually learn how to control my urges and my episodes of past trauma. Okay, because we all need to calm this tiny little guy I like to refer as Mr. Slick. This little guy will show you how good it is to do drugs, how great it is to feel the way you feel on drugs. Though that experience, I found that the strength to fight back is to really calm down your mind, calm this little voice in your head. I learned that I didn't need substances to numb my pain or quiet my mind. I needed to face my demons head on, to feel the pain and to heal from it. By meditating, it calmed down my ego. The ego is a concept from the Freudian psychology, representing the part of the personality that meditates between the primal desires of the ID, the moral demands of the superego, and reality. The ego is involved in conscious thought, decision making, and rationality. The ego, it balances our basic instincts, ID, with our morals and societal norms, superego. It is responsible for our sense of self and helps us navigate complex social environments. In moments of stress or addiction, the lizard brain can overpower the ego, leading to impulsive and often self-destructive behaviors. Addiction can be seen as the ego's failure to control the powerful urges originating from the lizard brain, your amygdala, or basal ganglia. When battling addiction, there's often a conflict between the lizard brain's desire for immediate gratification and the ego's understanding of long-term consequences. The ego is aware of the harm caused by addiction, but the lizard brain is so strong that the instinctual urges can be hard to resist. Inside psychedelic experiences with shrooms can lead to a temporary ego death where the normal sense of self and its defenses it dissolves on its own. And this can provide a unique perspective, allowing individuals to see beyond their immediate urges and understand their behavior from a more detached, holistic viewpoint. This experience can help in resetting the balance between the lizard brain and the ego, aiding in the recovery process. Now, I'm not here advocating to tell you you need to go do shrooms. I'm not just telling you to go and do it. I'm telling you this is the way I found my path. This is the way I kind of stepped away from my addiction for a moment, and it helped me with this process. But I'm not advocating for you to do it. I'm advocating for you to understand your ego and your behavior on your own. And breathing in, breathing out also helps. It can provide an insight into the eternal struggles faced during addiction and the process of overcoming it. By recognizing the roles of the lizard brain and the ego, you can develop strategies to strengthen the ego's control over the urges, aiding in long-term recovery and personal growth. And addiction often begins as a way to cope with stress, trauma, or emotional pain. When you first use a substance, it might provide a temporary escape or relief, creating a sense of euphoria or calm. But this initial use triggers the brain's reward system, releasing dopamine, which reinforces the behavior and makes you want to experience that feeling again. As you continue to use the substance, your body starts to build a tolerance, meaning you need more of it to achieve the same effect, which leads to an increased use and dependency. Over time, the brain's chemistry changes, and the substance becomes necessary just to feel normal again. Like you feel like you're not there and you need to feel normal, you need to go smoke some weed to feel normal. And this is a cycle of dependency, using the substance to escape reality and eventually needing it to function at all. Feeling trapped in this cycle is common, and you might find yourself constantly seeking the next fix, not just for the high, but to avoid the intense discomfort or withdrawal. And this can make you feel like you're in a never-ending loop where the substance controls your life and decisions. When struggling with addiction, it's common to tell yourself various lies to justify your actions and avoid facing the painful truth. But these lies help you rationalize your behavior, even when you know deep down it's destructive. One, I can stop anytime I want to. This is a classic lie that gives us a false sense of control. But you convince yourself that you're not really addicted because you believe you can quit whenever you want to. But it's not true. This is a lie that you tell yourself. Second is, I'm not hurting anyone. You might tell yourself that your actions only affect you, ignoring the impact on your loved ones and your well-being. They might not hurt them, but it's hurting them that you're not present. Okay? Number 3, I need this to cope. You justify your substance use by believing it's the only way to handle stress, anxiety, or emotional pain. And this lie makes the substance seem like a necessary tool for survival. But you don't need it. And you're making yourself believe that you need it to handle the stress, anxiety, emotional trauma, pain, all of that. Okay? Everyone else is doing it is a fourth thing. Comparing yourself to others is the thief of joy. Who uses substances that makes them lives better? Nobody. It makes nobody's life better. It can make your behavior seem normal or acceptable, but this rationalization helps you avoid feeling isolated or different. It's not that bad. It's a fifth thing. Minimizing the severity of your addiction allows you to continue using without feeling the weight of its consequences. You might downplay the amount you use or the problems it causes, but it is also equally bad if you just smoked once a week. It's the same if I were to drink once a week, but I say I don't have an addiction, but you're still doing that addiction. You get what I'm saying? Number 6 is, I deserve this. Sometimes you might feel like you had a long day, a hard day at work, and you got fired or some things. I deserve this, or just to use it as a reward or to cope it with guilt and shame. But this life can be particularly damaging as it ties your self-worth and your achievements to your addiction. I realized that I couldn't continue living this way and these lies, that I was destroying myself and hurting those who cared about me around me, including my family. This turning point was a mix of fear, hope, and determination. I was scared. It was a moment I decided to take control of my life and strive for a healthier, more fulfilling future. But I was scared to be sober again. I felt like I was going to be bored again. But it's not always easy, and there are many challenges in life. Along the way, you will stumble and trip, and and you will go to prison, and you probably won't, but if you might end up in prison, you can be coping with addiction. Okay, realize that this is your catalyst for your transformation. Okay, this, like you quitting, is turning a new leaf, becoming a new you, a 2.0, and you will improve as soon as you quit. You will start to see that mental clarity is more important than using your addiction every single day. I hope this helped you. I got a few things in the description you might want to check out. I'm providing a one-on-one session for anyone who wants to quit on their own, and I will give you genuine advice. I do charge for my time, and I do have a course coming up, and I will be providing that in the near future. I am working on it, and thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, be a stone, a gemstone.